give it to us, your top 5 teams in the NFL today. Let's hear them. I'm waiting to hear this, Justin. Floor is yours, my friend.
Before the season started, I had the Buccaneers at number 1, Chiefs at 2, Bills at 3, Packers at 4, and the 49ers at 5. And I'll admit I switched up my rankings big time from my initial one in July. Now, I have the Chiefs at number 1. Yep. The Buffalo Bills number 2. The Philadelphia Eagles at 3. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 4. And the Miami Dolphins at number 5. Some of the honorable mentions, the Packers, they're right outside at number 6. Ravens at 7. I talk about how important coaching is. Rams at number 8. Vikings at 9. And the Niners at number 10, though they're only 1 and 2. And the biggest fall off, by the way, I should mention, it's the Raiders. I have them at number 28 right now, but I think they can climb a little bit higher. This hasn't been a good start for them.
Can you repeat that top 5?
Yep. The Chiefs at number 1, Bills number 2, Eagles at 3, Bucks at 4, Dolphins at 5.
I can't complain. I normally would have something to argue here, but I can't complain. I mean, I'd complain more about that top 10. I still don't see Minnesota as a top tier team, but outside of that, in your top 5, I really can't complain at all. Not one bit. I'm riding with you there, John.
I can complain.
Timeout. I'm sorry, guys, to cut this. Aaron Judge just hit his 61st home run right now, 2-run shot in Toronto, tying Roger Maris for the most home runs in AL history. Tying him. An absolute mammoth shot. Video game numbers continue. I'm sorry. I've had this game on this whole time, and I couldn't shut up about this one.
More exciting than the Cardinals season.
But like I was saying, I gave you a courteous laugh, John. I have complaints. I cannot put the Philadelphia Eagles above the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's just no way I can do that. The better quarterbacks in Tampa Bay, the better defenses in Tampa Bay. When the offense gets healthy, they have a better offense. Coaching is, I like both of them. I wouldn't really give any of them a major edge. Yeah, I can't have them over Tampa. That makes no sense to me.
That's reasonable. I think the Buccaneers' biggest strength is stopping the run, and that's what the Eagles do best. But with this healthy offensive line and them having Jalen Hurts developing, the Eagles have many strengths as a team. And at the end of the day, I think in week 18, when Jalen has 15 more weeks of starting experience, and the Buccaneers, who knows? Can Julio stay healthy? I'm not sold on it. Chris Godwin, he's only been injured the last couple of years, and his upside is phenomenal, but he just hasn't put it all together with Brady thus far. And so if Mike Evans is your only guy, this Philadelphia secondary is massively improved, and it's one of the better defenses, one of the best in the NFL. I talk about all the time that front seven and a pretty good secondary. The Eagles can beat the Buccaneers in the pause for sure. But right now, this is really based off of regular season rankings. Important for me to note that.
I would say that Tampa's faced a higher level of competition for their first 3 weeks, especially defensively. And if you give me the Eagles defense, I show you the Cowboys, Saints, and Packers just on their same level, if not all of them better.
Okay. So I'm going to touch on the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Why I really won't argue with John putting Eagles above them. That Tampa offense is not the same. It's not the same. And my biggest concern is, and I see you, Brandon, scoffing at it, but if they're not healthy, and like John said, if Mike Evans is really the only guy, there is no juice in this offense whatsoever. 12 points against the Packers. Okay, I get it. The Packers have a very good defense, but they're not the 85 Bears. They couldn't do nothing. That game was Awful. You go into a game and you're like, maybe I'm not old school and I don't like the old, defensive front. I don't like those kind of games. I love points. I want to see points. Okay. So when I go into a game where I see Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, two of the greatest quarterbacks that I've ever seen in my entire life, I want a show.
Yeah, but just
I didn't get a show.
we
And
talked
now,
about
granted,
that though. We talked about that beforehand that this was going to be a low scoring game because of both teams' lack of offensive wide receivers and both defenses being top 5 in the NFL, with the Bucks probably being the best. And to your point that they didn't look good, that's all fine and dandy. What did Tom Brady do with the game on the line? Drive 89, 90 yards down the field after he couldn't do jack diddly squat the whole game. Drove 90 yards down the field with a Russell Gage, a Cole Beasley who was on his couch last week, a Scotty Miller who can only run go routes and can't run any other routes.
Okay, I get that. And we've seen that, but we've seen that from Brady before. So I'm not surprised by it. But I'm saying this offense is concerning.
It's not. Once they get their guys
What
back,
do you mean
they're
it's
gonna
not?
be
The offensive
fine.
They
line.
scored 19 points in week 1, 20.
What
in week
defense?
2,
What
barely.
defenses did they play though?
You're
And
right.
where were
They're
their
playing
weapons?
against
They didn't have their weapons.
That's
defense.
the point. They can't stay
That's not
healthy,
the
Brandon.
point.
The
Yes, they
weapons
can.
can't stay healthy.
Mike Evans is going to be there. Chris Godwin will be back. I can promise you that. He
You're
will
just
be
saying
back.
that.
I'm not just saying that. He'll be back. Trust me. Julio, okay, that's fine.
Trust.
He's going to be in and out. That's fine. He's going to be in and out.
Gronk's not coming out of retirement.
It doesn't need Gronk. Tom Brady is going to be just fine. Did he not win a Super Bowl 13-3 against the Los Angeles Rams?
Did he not lose to Ryan Tannehill when he didn't have the weapons around him in New England?
Yeah, he did. The defense also didn't show up, but
see, that's my concern. Exactly what John said. If this is the Bucks that we're getting, and now yes, it's week 4. Hopefully everybody comes back healthy and they can get everybody on the field, because with them, maybe there's less cause for concern. But this is concerning to me. At the moment, it is. I'm not seeing explosiveness whatsoever, and I get it. They're not on the field, so I guess I can't be too harsh. But this is at the moment rankings. This isn't in week 17 or week 16.
No.
This is through the first 3 weeks.
Yes.
Philadelphia has been the better team.
yeah, against weaker competition. But again, and I will say to John's point against that Tennessee game, he's with that lack of offense. Guess what? He still had a chance to do at the end of the game.
Win.
Drive down a game-winning touchdown.
And what
Yes,
he
he threw the pick 6, but he still had. Yes, I agree. That's fine. What did he do against Green Bay? He came up short, but did he not defy all odds? You probably thought he was done in the water, just like everybody else. I don't know why we keep disrespecting that man when he's done it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Probably because getting up there in age.
But it's not
Probably 'cause you get up
disrespect.
there. Did you see the throw to Russell Gage for the touchdown?
I kid.
That was a freaking dime.
It was a very beautiful pass.
And that all I'm saying is he had a chance to win the game with top 3 receivers gone. 3 of his offensive linemen gone. Had a chance to win the game.
What was Green Bay missing? No Christian Watson? That's supposed to be their biggest
Who'd they
X
get back?
factor in offense.
Who'd they get back?
They had Romeo Dobbs, who
No.
Bakhtiari is back. Yep.
Bakhtiari was back.
the difference that makes to that offensive line.
Whose offensive weapons were better that game, Green Bay or Tampa's?
Green
Green
Bay
Bay.
is really not
Yes.
saying much.
I'm not saying much, but it is better.
Okay, and like I said, Brandon, this isn't disrespect or any slight towards Brady. It's not. It's just.
I think it's
the way-
underrating him. I think you're overlooking him. I do think you guys are both doing that.
I think you're
I think you're-
overlooking the way the league's headed.
I'm not. I have the Bucks going to the Super Bowl.
All right, then what the hell are we concerning about here?
We're nitpicking
if-
between
if-
3 and 4.
If the weapons are not there for him, that's my concern. I feel like John said, this is another New England versus Tennessee.